Sunday night's not over yet. More fun and football coming your way right now on The Challenge.
It's time for The Challenge on NBC.
Live from Universal City Walk, Season 20 of The Challenge. Here's your host, Mario Solis.
Lights, cameras, action. It's happening here at City Walk and next door. Halloween Horror Nights in full swing at Universal Studios Hollywood. But don't be afraid. It's just us, Mario Solis, along with Jonas Never Scared Knox. And, of course, the cast of Hard Knocks on Sunday Night Football tonight. The Bills stunned by the Pats. The last of the unbeaten teams goes down.
Yeah, I mean, talk about unbeaten team. That was my pick. I picked the Bills to win that game, and I was the last of the unbeatens. And apparently Buffalo didn't want to cooperate. I appreciate you. Unbelievable.
All right, so we care about these games a little bit more, or a lot more. Chargers welcoming the Commanders to town. Turnovers will always kill you, Jonas. Chargers had two of them. Quentin Johnston fumbling on a drive that could have put the Bolts up 17-0. Instead, Washington turns that into 7 points. And with the Chargers driving to try and come back in the fourth, Justin Herbert's pass is tipped, picked off at the goal line. Chargers lose 27-10. Two straight losses. Now they're 3-2. So 3-0 to 3-2. Jonas, the Chargers have some serious issues on the O-line, but that had nothing to do with today's game.
No, you go back to the second quarter. You mentioned the Quentin Johnston fumble. They were driving with a 10-point lead. They're approaching the red zone, and all of a sudden he fumbles the football, completely changes the game. You had a punt return for a touchdown from McConkey, and it turned into a roughing the kicker. Washington gets the ball, they score, the game completely changed after that. The red zone interception by Herbert, that's just bad luck. Those plays, again, to your point, had nothing to do with the offensive line. That's just mistake football, and the Chargers have done that 2 weeks in a row, and it's cost them 2 weeks in a row.
All right, we're going to talk a lot more about the Chargers in just a bit with our inside guy, of course. That is the best kicker in the NFL,
best,
Cameron Dicker. But now, brutal day for the Raiders in Indy, more than brutal. Geno Smith does not look like the answer anymore. 2 interceptions today. He's thrown 9 picks over the past 5 games. That is tops in the league. On the other side, Daniel Jones picking the Raiders defense apart for a couple of scores. This one to our old friend from Oaks Christian, Michael Pittman Jr. The Raiders getting destroyed 40-6. They're now 1-4. Not going well for Pete Carroll.
I'm processing it poorly. I'll tell you the truth, because I did expect to win right out of the chutes, and we have a lot of work to do. I mean, we have to keep believing, and we have to keep proving it, and so we'll see how we can do next week. We'll start all over again.
Yeah, speaking of starting all over again, the question has to be posed. Was Pete Carroll the right man for the job?
Well, I mean, if you go back to when he was hired, the conversation was about Ben Johnson, who reportedly leveraged the Raiders to get a better deal from the Bears. They ultimately settle on Pete Carroll. I like Pete Carroll. Everybody likes Pete Carroll. But I think Pete Carroll realizes this was a bad football team, and it had nothing to do with Antonio Pierce. They're thin at wide receiver. Your 2 top tight ends were out earlier today, and Geno Smith has struggled. Their offensive line play has been inconsistent, and they can't figure out how to get Ashton Genty involved. It's just a bad team right now.
Yeah, and he's chewing that gum with a lot more emphasis than he has before, because, you know, things are getting pretty squirrely there. So is it a Pete Carroll thing, a player thing, or an organization thing?
I think it's all of it. I mean, Pete Carroll's trying to coach up a roster that's thin in a lot of areas, and it's going to take time. It wasn't like you hired Pete Carroll and all of a sudden problem solved and we got an established veteran quarterback. They've got to figure this thing out, but it's going to take time, and it's going to be really difficult, especially in that division.
Appreciate you wearing silver and black today, by the way.
It's the least I can
Always
do.
Appreciated. Raiders back home next Sunday against the 1-4 Titans. Maybe, just maybe, the silver and black can win that one. All right, back in time. Rams and 49ers Thursday night at SoFi. More fans wearing red than fans dressed in blue. Again, we really got to fix that. It all came down to one play. Down 3 in OT. Sean McVay decides to go for it on 4th and 1 with the game on the line. It didn't work. Kyron Williams stopped short. Could have kicked it for a tie, but they went for the win, took the loss. Rams falling to their rivals 26-23. Right after the game, McVay said that they were playing to win, but admitted it was a bad play call. Should they have gone for the tie?
Yeah, I mean, upon further review, you go for the tie. There would have been some time left over. I mean, give Sean McVay credit, though.
Yeah.
Last week, we had to sit through a tie, and we were here till like midnight. So at least he was thinking about the human beings behind the camera. But in all seriousness, This is now 2 terrible losses for the Rams. The Philly loss should have never happened, and you were an 8.5-point favorite against a banged-up team with a backup quarterback, and you lost at home, quote-unquote, with that many fans wearing red in the stands. Awful look for the LA Rams.
Yeah, too many losses for our local teams. Next Sunday, Rams at the Ravens. Hopefully, Lamar Jackson still nursing an injury.
Maybe.
That would be good.
Maybe.
All right, but the epidemic continues. Another player dropping the ball before crossing the goal line, leading to a wild comeback. That is coming up. By now, week 5, you already know this. We got big prizes on the show.
Of course.
Every single week.
Huge.
We've got a pair of one-day tickets to the world-famous Universal Studios Hollywood. You know what it is, Jonas. It's what? The best day in LA,
baby.
Because Super Mario lives there. Our boy Barry hooking you up with $500 worth of tickets plus a $250 dining credit to Versi, only place where the sound is as good as the food. And the big prize of the night, someone is winning a pair of tickets to see the Chargers. These VIP seats could be yours if you're one of our lucky winners tonight on the challenge. So scan the QR code to register, play along for your chance to win. You don't even have to get the right answer. Just try and you could win. All right, time for question 1 of the challenge. Scan the QR code to play along on our NBC LA app. Here we go. The Rams lost to the rival 49ers on Thursday. Now, the first time these teams played each other was back in 1950. You were, what, 6 back then,
Yeah,
Jonas?
something like that.
All right, which stadium hosted their first matchup?
Oh, gosh. I mean, if you don't know this, you should be fired. Possible jail time
That's
as well,
easy.
too.
That's a 50-50 shot.
I'm going to go A.
Yeah.
I mean, can we make these difficult, please?
We're spinning the globe, finding the best moments from the football world. You like that analogy?
Yeah, I like that we were able to find some time without people taking a picture in front of that thing. Every time you go here,
That
there's
is
people
tough.
taking pictures.
Almost impossible. You got to come
yeah.
here like 2
It's
o'clock
great.
in the morning. And
Yeah.
you need a badge,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah.
All right, you're going to love this. Peyton told me to run Omaha. You know what that means, right?
Yeah, of course.
All right, means
Yeah.
that on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Omaha?
Omaha. Got it.
Everybody in
Great.
for the Sunday Night Huddle.
And we're hitting every corner of the field tonight. Let's go first up. A wild game in Arizona between the Cardinals and Titans. Imari Demercado running for a 72-yard score. Instead, the Inglewood native becomes the latest running back to drop the ball before crossing the goal line. So instead of a TD, it's ruled a touchback. And that sets up a wild comeback, including this play. Cal Moore's pass intercepted. The defender fumbles the ball. It's kicked around before Tyler Lockett falls on top of it in the end zone for the touchdown, helping the Titans pick up their first win of the season, 22-21. That's just insane, Jonas.
Oh, it's the worst loss of the season, and it's not even close. There's not even a close second. And by the way, for anybody that hasn't been paying attention, Tennessee is a diaper fire. And somehow, some way, they won that game. Were you not watching A.D. Mitchell last week when he dropped the ball in front of the goal line at SoFi? Were people not watching that? And it happened again this week. Arizona deserved to lose that game.
Yeah, we needed Benny Hill music over this play, by the way.
Terrible.
Playing without the injured Lamar Jackson, the Ravens blown out by the Texans, suffering the ultimate humiliation when rookie receiver Jalen Noel does the Ray Lewis celebration after a touchdown. Ravens took offense, but at 1-4, is this season over for Baltimore?
It looks really bad. They need a bye week, and they need to get healthy in a hurry. The problem is they're missing key pieces that are going to be out for a significant amount of time. Not just Lamar Jackson, guys on defense. The defense has been a sieve. It needs to be addressed. John Harbaugh's trying to figure that thing out.
Finally, a week after this first career win in his first career start, former USC quarterback Jackson Dart taking the blame for 3 second-half turnovers that killed the Giants in a 26-14 loss to the Saints. It's just 2 games, we know that, but are you sold on Dart being the answer for the G-Men instead of Russell Wilson?
I mean, look, their best receivers out for the season. You got Brian Daboll coaching for his job, Cam Scatterby. Like, there's some juice there. The problem is when the odds makers have the Saints favored and they might be the worst team in the league, that tells you, let's slow it down on the Jackson Dart buzz. It's going to take a little time for this guy to figure it out.
All right, so keep him as a starter, yes or no?
Yeah, of course.
All right, love the answer. All right, in a couple of minutes, your chance to win another great prize. Plus, yeah, you can make a big play like this, and you're going to get a big reward.
that.
That's coming up. Jonas, we're missing someone. 1, 2.
Yeah, where is she?
Usually at this part of the show, Olivia Garvey comes in, right? But she's in Philly covering the Dodgers. Let's begin with one of our favorite teams, that St. Welcome back to The Challenge, live from Universal City Walk. Big crowds out here tonight. It's Halloween Horror Nights. Always popular.
Oh, everybody loves it, man.
We're doing it, by the way, pretty soon.
I mean,
I'm
waiting on you guys. I'm ready. You guys are scared for whatever reason. Let's go.
Well, we heard someone say that you were having second thoughts, blah, blah.
Whatever.
Not true?
Listen, don't believe the rumors.
All right, love it.
I'm ready.
Now, your chance to win tickets to a Chargers game in a few minutes. Speaking of the Bolts, our man is ready to go. Chargers took a loss against the Commanders today at SoFi. Kicker Cameron Dicker joins us again. How you feeling, Cam?
Yeah, I mean, obviously bummed after a big loss. Some of a game that you want to win after losing the one the week before. But now just is another game you got to be ready for next week and got to go take it to Miami, obviously.
Yeah.
Tough loss, no doubt. You're on the sideline for most of the time, but you're aware of everything that's happening. What would you say was the biggest issue today?
I think overall as a team, there was mistakes that was made across the board. I don't think any unit played the best they can. And so overall as a team, I think we got a lot of room to improve. But that's part of it. It's early on in the season. This is the weeks you want to be improving on. And so it's a good time to be ready to go.
Now, we know that you're really tight with Justin Herbert. How does he take these losses and what does he have to do to bounce back?
Yeah, I think he's a competitor at the end of the day, right? So what he needs to do differently, the same as every single person on that field, and then ready to attack the week once that film is over.
55-yarder earlier today, and for whatever reason, it seems like guys are hitting longer kicks these days at a clip we've never seen before. What do you think that's about?
Yeah, I think there's a confidence level within kickers. I think you have more athletic kickers out there on the field. You have guys that grew up watching some good kickers out there, or great kickers, and that kind of paved the way for them. And then I think coaches are willing to and guys that just make your job easier. So it gives me the freedom to go out there and just swing.
Okay, well, I mean, look, back in the day, Lane Kiffin sent Sebastian Janikowski out to try a 70-yard field goal at the Oakland Coliseum or a 76-yard field goal. What's your range? What's your distance that you look at and go, hey, coach, I want to, but this is too far for me?
I always tell them I'm comfortable anywhere you put me out to. I want to go out there and give it a go. I mean, when you're out at 70, the fans are just as excited as you are to possibly make it. If you miss it, they're all like, oh, it was close, whatever. So there's that freedom in it, which I hope guys look at it that way. That's the way I look at it, where you get the opportunity.
Cameron Dicker was undrafted out of college. What were they thinking? Which team first signed him after the draft? Ooh.
Oh, that's a good one.
Go with
I mean, it's one that I know, but it's still a good one.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's one of those two.
I said Eagles. Right again.
Rams. LA guy.
I want winners. I want people that want to win.
You want winners? We've got winners. Jonas, tell us who's happy tonight, and this time try not to butcher the names.
Yeah, last week was a little rough, but Jesse Herrera, congratulations. Easy. You just won a pair of tickets to Universal Studios Hollywood. It's the best day in LA.
All right, Jessica McCarthy is getting $500 worth of Barry's tickets and a $250 dining credit to Verse LA. And the final winner, the big prize of the night.
You want the drum roll?
I think you're going to get it.
Oscar Gonzalez.
There it is. Much better.
You're getting a pair of tickets to see the Chargers take on the Vikings next month. If you're watching and you want tickets, play again next week. It's easy.
Yeah, or go to Chargers.com and get a few of your own. All right, coming up, pick your poison, call your shot, whatever you want. You can call that.
All right, everyone, time to call your shot.
Everyone took the Bills tonight. I told you to take a risk last week. You didn't. That means that we all lost. Next Sunday night, Lions and Chiefs and Casey Jonas. You're in the lead, so you go first.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that again? I'm in the what?
Lions and Chiefs.
Hey.
Yeah, I repeated it.
I'm going to go ahead and take Kansas City. I don't trust the strength of schedule that Detroit has been working with this season. I think Kansas City gets it done at home.
All right, Olivia is traveling with the Dodgers. She is taking the Lions, so good luck, Olivia. And I'm taking the Chiefs. I already made that mistake once. Not going to happen twice.
Me and you, Poppy. Let's
you
go.
and me together.
Let's go.
All right, that's the show. We'll see you next Sunday. It is time for the Channel 4 News.